It's a delicious twist on a Thanksgiving classic. Here to share her persimmon and cider cranberry sauce, we welcome back plant-forward chef educator Lauren Chandler. So good to see you.
Hi, good to see you too.
We are jumping into some yummy late fall Thanksgiving stuff.
We are.
Finally.
It's
kind
time.
of, the weather has finally turned gloomy on us, so it's time for these cozy things.
Yes,
okay,
for sure.
Tell me about what you have for us today.
Well, if you walk around the neighborhoods around Portland, their trees are dripping with persimmon.
So pretty.
So I think a lot of people don't know what to do with them.
Sure.
Once they're very ripe, they're very sweet. And I was thinking about cranberry sauce and how a lot of recipes call for like a cup of sugar.
Yes.
And you know, I'm not saying don't have your traditional cranberry sauce, but it can be like a lot of sugar plus your desserts and everything.
That's
so
true.
As another option, you can sweeten the cranberry sauce with persimmon.
What a great idea.
Yeah, and cider.
Some natural sugars.
Save the sugar for your pie.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right?
Okay.
So this is super simple too. All we're gonna do is cook the cranberries.
Okay.
We're gonna cook them in apple cider. We've got a 2/3 cup of cider, and then like 3 cups of cranberries.
Okay.
And you could use frozen as well.
Sure.
And all you're gonna do is add them to this. I mean, most cranberry sauce recipes are very simple.
Right.
You can also freeze it, so you can make ahead of time.
That's
but
a
I
good
do
idea.
love the color, so I would say if you're going to make this ahead of time, wait to add the persimmon.
Oh, sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's
See if we can get some heat going.
And you know what? It's okay if we don't.
Yeah.
We don't even
We're
need
going to
it.
get the end product.
We'll just
either
pretend.
way.
It's cool. It's totally
Okay.
fine. So we've got these are cooking. We're going to simmer them. We're going to bring
Okay.
it to a boil and then down to a simmer. And then once they break down, it'll, you can see that they're starting to pop.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
And I would say after about 10 minutes, we're good to go.
Okay.
You'll see that they've broken down and popped. Some of them can be a little bit more whole.
Sure.
And
it's
then,
always nice when you have a signal you can actually see when you're cooking something, and then you know it's time for the next
yes,
step.
the visual cue. Like a lot of recipes will say cook for 10 to 12 minutes, and
Right.
you're like, yeah, but how do I know if
Is
it's 10
that
or
right?
12?
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
We could also, put a little salt in, not to make it salty, but to bring out the flavors that are in there. And then in the recipe that I have sent over that is online,
Okay.
I talk about using a cinnamon stick. And we did this in another recipe where we burn it
Right.
and add it, so that infuses more flavor.
Awesome.
And then we're only using 2/3 of a cup of the cider. So you can then reduce this down into a syrup. And if it's not sweet enough, you can add this at the end.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And that reduced, of course, is like really concentrated sweetness.
Yeah.
So we've got the salt, and we've got our cranberries and our cider cooked down. If you wanted to, you could add some fresh ginger.
Oh,
You can
that
add
sounds
any of your
good.
spices, your zest. A good way to peel your ginger,
That's
your
a
fresh
great
ginger,
trick.
is just with a spoon. You can just scrape it. And then I really like using a microplane
Oh,
or
yeah.
a rasp to get some of
it
that
already
in there.
smells so good too.
And depending on if you want it really strong or not, you can put it at the beginning and it'll be more mellow.
Oh, okay.
And at the end to make it much more potent.
Okay.
And then this is the really fun part. And
Yeah.
kids will get into this.
Okay.
You want your persimmon super ripe.
Okay, now this is like
Jello.
beyond like a tangerine or a pear. This is like
Yes.
super, super, super soft. Okay.
If it's hard, it's going to be astringent. You bite into it and it dries your mouth out, kind of like a
Okay.
banana peel would, like very tannic.
Interesting.
So we want it to be like Jello. Now these are Haichia persimmons.
Okay.
There's also these squat ones, Fuyu.
Okay.
These don't have to be quite as ripe as this, but they're going to be a little bit less sweet if they're less ripe.
Okay.
And if they're not soft like this, you can just chop them up and put them in at the beginning, because
Oh,
that will
okay.
help to cook them down.
That makes
But
sense.
ideally, we have just take out,
so cool.
take that out, and we can cut that off and use it, and then just plop.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So kids, of course, are like
That's so
loving
fun.
that.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
you
like the
just-
pumpkin guts at
is.
Halloween time. Oh my
Yep,
gosh, that's
very
so
much
fun.
so. And then you can either chop up the skin or just use your hands to break it up.
Okay.
Now what we're gonna do, here it is. Da-da-da-da.
Yum.
already
Look at all that
cooked.
color.
Yes, there's so much color. It's so vibrant and beautiful. Of course, did not make you a turkey dinner.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
super
Yeah.
sorry, but
We're not ready for that yet.
not ready for that.
Okay.
But think about leftovers, right?
Yes.
The next morning, having it with a little yogurt,
Yes.
granola.
Can we put something together
yes,
here?
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Some yogurt.
Some yogurt, some
a little granola in there.
Yep, there you
What
go.
a great idea.
And then you've got a little bit of this.
Oh
and
my
It's
gosh.
just so pretty.
I love this.
And you could, of course, have it as in a sandwich spread with your turkey sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
With crackers and cheese. And then if you want, again, if you wanted it a little sweeter, you could just take your little
That's so
burnt cinnamon
beautiful.
stick,
And this
put it
is
on
such a
top.
great thing if you do have family staying in town with you.
It's true. Yep.
This
You can
is
make a double
great
batch.
crowd pleaser for the next morning, and they would
Yep.
say, "Wow, you must have worked so hard on this." And
That's
little do
right.
they know,
It's so easy.
it was the sauce from yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
No sugar.
No sugar.
Yeah. And
But
again,
it has plenty of sweetness.
yeah. And put in your sugar if you want, but you know, I don't think you'll need it.
So nice and bright, and such nice local ingredients too.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Great to see you
Thank you so
too.
much. What a great treat. We'll have this recipe and more about Lauren on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.